Hello.
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
Okay, there we go. Now I can tell. It's just very quiet. I'm here to do multiple events because I found out that this cooking event is not just a really basic cooking event. So there's that. Just what I wanted. I don't know. I looked at a YouTube video just to see the length, and it took the person like an hour. I didn't actually watch any of it though, so I don't know if it truly like should have taken them an hour, or if it just that's how long it took. I don't know. Why is that there? Oh well. After this, I'm gonna try to stream on my second account, but I don't know if that's gonna work, because you can only have one PlayStation account connected to Twitch at a time. So I have a feeling I'm gonna have to do a lot of like splitting back and forth, or I might just connect that one to my YouTube account and stream on YouTube from that. That might be the better option. I'm gonna go with that one. That one's good. Alright, let's start this. Hopefully.
Want Shu-in now hiring. Urgently seeking one temporary chef willing to pay top Mora salary negotiable. Look, Traveler, an urgent hiring notice, and they're paying top Mora too! Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that.
Strange. Why would Wang Shu-in suddenly need a new chef? That is true. They have one.
You're right. It is strange. Do you think something happened to Yanxiao? Because that guy barely lets anyone ever set foot in his kitchen. Doesn't exactly seem like the type to hire help. The notice says interested parties should go upstairs and talk to the innkeeper Huayan. Should we go and see what's up? Yeah, and we can ask about the pay while we're at it.
I can never decide if I want to speak the Traveler's voice lines or not.
Boss, there's really no need for this. It's just a little burn, that's all. It won't get in the way of my work.
Oh, so he's injured.
Perhaps not, but continuing to work will only hinder your recovery. You need to rest for a few days. We'll figure something out.
Huayan! Yanxiao!
Oh? Traveler and Paimon! What brings you to this neck of the woods?
And we decided to come check up on Yanxiao.
I knew we shouldn't have posted that notice. It's really nothing to worry about. I'm fine. I swear.
How kind of you. My thanks to you both. And thanks on Yanxiao's behalf too. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, Yanxiao. Just tell them what happened.
Yeah, tell me what happened. Give me the good gossip.
Oh, all right. Well, basically, we had a lot of guests pouring in for the lantern ride. Things got busy, I started rushing, and I ended up accidentally burning my hand while plating a dish.
That would hurt. I have... Well, I've just burned myself in general, but I spilled boiling water all over my hand once, and that really, really hurt.
Well, you know what they say. Play with fire long enough, and you're bound to get burned. Even the best chefs slip up sometimes. Anyway, it's nothing, just a tiny burn. I can still...
Now. I don't want you pushing yourself. You'll only make it worse. And then you'll be looking at more than just a couple of days off to recover.
But the lantern ride's only just finished. And we're still getting tons of guests. Now's not a good time for me to rest. Plus, lots of the guests are visiting from other nations. We can't just bring in some random chef off the street. We have a reputation to uphold. I refuse to let someone else ruin the good name we've made for ourselves here.
Listen to you. Anyone would think that you're the boss and not me. But he's not wrong. Yanxiao was one of the favorites in the Masterful Chefs tournament. No matter how you look at it, his are big boots to fill.
I don't mean to boast, but any chef of my caliber probably has their own restaurant to look after. It's not going to be easy to find someone who's got the skills and has the time to help us out.
Looks like we might have to increase the pay we're offering even further.
Do we know anyone that's a good chef and has the time to help out? Oh, of course, you!
Oh, right. Yes. Now I think about it, I do recall hearing good things about your cooking ability. I suppose I'd added you to my mental list of people who can hold their own in a combat situation, but forgot you can cook.
I mean, my Astrid is my traveler's name. She is a really good cook. She has a bunch of recipes perfected. I'm like in the background working on perfecting them all, but I haven't been working on that for a little bit. Real life me though, not good at cooking. I mean, I can cook things. I just wouldn't like hire me to be a chef. Like, I can cook like home meals and feed myself, and others can eat my cooking. I don't know. There's a cat
Why are you even
somewhere.
keeping a mental list of people who can fight?
Well, he keeps having to hire us to friggin' take care of monsters for him.
Maybe a story for another time.
Also, like,
More
him
importantly,
and
I'm sure
there
Yanxiao would be comfortable leaving his kitchen in
a
your hands,
whole
if
weird
anyone's. What do you think,
suspicious
Yanxiao?
backstory that there's no lore for currently.
Well, since it's you, I suppose that's better than anyone else.
What do you think, Traveler? Should we do it?
I should warn you that cooking for customers is quite a different ballgame from cooking for yourself, so I'll stick around the kitchen over the next few days to help smooth things over.
Oh, so he's not leaving the kitchen after all?
I believe there's some spare kitchenware here at the inn. Boss, would you mind?
Shouldn't leave all that meat out. It'll get bad.
Of course. I'll take care of it. Whew. All done. Come, take a look. This was made with your measurements in mind. It's nothing. A little
did
handicraft
fix
and elbow grease goes a long way.
Stairs.
All right, Yanxiao. I'll leave you to take it from here.
You really went to all the trouble of building a new stovetop? What was wrong with the original? Boy, you really hate when people touch your stuff, huh?
No, it's nothing like that. As Boss always says, hire who you trust and trust who you hire. I just thought the original setup might be a little, tall for you. Anyway, as I
Much
was saying,
like Traveler, I am
cooking
also
for
really
guests is
short.
different from cooking for yourself. Not only do you have to execute on taste, aroma, and appearance, but you also need to ensure speed, precision, and consistency.
Oh boy.
Having the right equipment is a big part of that. Ill-suited equipment doesn't just make the job more tiring, it also slows you down. And paying customers don't have unlimited patience. Sometimes cooking is all about being well prepared. That's how you ensure speed.
Okay, and what about precision and consistency?
Precision all comes down to using your eyes. Where to slice into a particular cut of meat, how much oil to use, how to tell when a dish is done cooking. When you cook for yourself, you can always add salt if it's too bland or add water if it's too salty. You can tweak the taste as you go, but in a restaurant, there's not that much room for trial and error.
Worst case scenario, Paimon can deal with any subpar dishes by making sure they get properly disposed of.
The final thing you have to focus on is consistency. You have to be able to handle the most challenging orders with the same level of technique and skill as the easiest ones. This is particularly important when you have guests from all over, each with their own tastes and preferences. You have to cater to their own dietary needs, while also giving them the opportunity to enjoy our local delicacies.
This last point is making Paimon's head spin.
Don't worry. Matter of fact, someone as well-traveled as you may even have a better handle on it than me once you get started. And of course, I'll be around to help you over the next few days. I don't think we'll have any trouble making all our guests feel right at home. There's no time to lose, so let's get started. I imagine you probably have a good handle on the cooking side of things already. What you need to pay attention to is remembering each table's order. Try not to get them mixed up.
That's where we're gonna hashtag struggle.
Trap! This is gonna be a cinch!
Oh. Hopefully that's not actually a thing.
Which ticket are we on again? Table 1 was onions, but no chilies. Table 2 was chilies, but no onions. And table 3 was, table 3 was chilies, but hold the chilies? Was Paimon just sleep floating? We didn't even get a break in the middle. Paimon's brain has turned to mush. Is it always this busy here?
No, but this is peak season. You both did a mighty fine job for your first time serving guests at the inn. Luckily, all our customers were familiar faces this time around, so we didn't get any strange requests. Otherwise, today would have been even more challenging.
No strange request? Someone asked for almond tofu drizzled in soy sauce. Even Paimon has never tried that combination.
It's a wide world out there. People have all kinds of different tastes. Being able to cater to all is the real essence of Liyue cuisine. Also, the thing about requests is that they're usually very specific. So as long as you do what they asked, you're unlikely to have any issues. What's really tricky is when guests give you free rein to do anything you want.
Yeah.
Excuse me, are you still open by any chance?
Huh? Paimon knows that voice. Let's go check it out!
What should we do?
Oh my god.
It doesn't look like anyone's here. If only we'd gotten here a bit sooner.
It's alright. If we start building a campfire now, we'll be eating before too long.
I should have been using my Linny team.
Right. Besides, if anyone's to blame, it's Linny. So busy being a greedy culture vulture that he lost track of time.
Linny, Lynette, Fremine, it is you!
Paimon?
Oh, we appear to be missing.
So,
Oh, no.
is
okay.
the Traveler here?
Traveler, Paimon! What a nice surprise!
Paimon was gonna say the same thing! We're just lending a helping hand at the inn. Anyway, so that's how we ended up here. But what about you guys? Don't tell us. Father sent you on another mission?
No, quite the opposite, actually. We're in Liyue on vacation, and while we're here, I thought a cultural tour might be in order.
Maybe you should get a tour guide.
Father said we deserve some rest after everything that happened recently. Otherwise, it could jeopardize our next mission.
It's not every day we get this kind of opportunity. Lenny thought it might be fun to spend some time in Liyue, especially since it's Lantern Rite season.
We could hardly pass up the opportunity to watch a Liyue-style magic show. Although, I think they call it conjuring here.
In our time here, we've seen conjuring tricks incorporated into a Liyue opera show, and even a wushou dance. It was amazing.
So, we decided to stay here for a few more days to see what other forms of inspiration this land might have in store for us. We visited Granny Roshin in Qingsa village not long ago, and today we continued our cultural tour in the area around here.
In the end, though, we lost track of time. We haven't even eaten anything yet.
And speaking of eating, as you know, seafood is a big part of both Liyue and Fontaine cuisine, but it's cooked very differently here. We simply had to try some local seafood after coming all this way. That's another reason why we decided to extend our trip.
Oh, need any recommendations? What have you tried so far?
That fish one with the misleading name. Sounds bland, but it's drowning in hot chilies.
Oh, you mean blackback perch soup? You're right, the name doesn't give much away.
It looked and smelled so appetizing that Lynette took a huge mouthful, blissfully unaware that she was about to set her mouth on fire. She could barely speak for the rest of the day after that.
Luckily, that wasn't a huge adjustment for her.
What? Aren't you guys hungry too?
Yes. A little.
Yes, I'm ready to eat. Traveler, I'm afraid we'll have to send you back to the kitchen now. Good question. I doubt we'll be able to decipher the menu, so why don't you recommend some?
One more thing. Please, if you have a heart, don't make it spicy.
Fontaine, huh? No wonder they can't handle too much spice. Still, if we make the food too bland, they might as well be eating back home. There's this crab and shrimp stir-fry I know that could work. It's quite heavily seasoned, but it's a lot milder than it looks. It has a light but really satisfying flavor.
Oh, that's gonna make me
Ooh,
hungry.
that sounds perfect! What's it called?
Well, this is where it gets interesting. They call it the Palace Jewels. The crab roe is supposed to look like pearls of gold, and the shrimp meat like chunks of jade. Here's the recipe. When you're ready, go ahead and give it a try.
Okay. Well. I get it. Maybe I don't get it. That one was kind of rough. I like that. Okay.
Sorry for the wait. This dish is called the Palace Jewels. Enjoy.
Is anybody gonna enjoy?
Ah, yes. We meant to say, you two must be tired after a long day of work. Do you want to eat with us?
Oh, now that you mention it, Paimon is a little hungry.
That
Well,
was
if
very
you
awkward.
insist, then who are we to refuse? Oh, right, of course. You're still our customers. Why aren't you eating?
The sauce looks a little overpowering.
According to Liyue custom, it...
Looks delicious, traveler. I guess I'll dig in first. Here goes.
What is it? Do you need some water?
No, it's delicious. The flavor is so pure. It's drenched in sauce, but somehow it just enhances the natural flavor of the seafood. Try it for yourselves.
all right.
What is that? Crab roe?
Yep, you have quite the palate, Lynette.
No wonder it pairs so well with the shrimp meat. I've never seen it prepared this way before.
According to the creator, chewy crab complements succulent shrimp, making a spectacular seafood ensemble with a succulent flavor and luscious mouthfeel.
Oh, I hate the word mouthfeel.
The crab roe glitters like pearls of gold, and the shrimp shines like chunks of jade. Hence its name, the Palace Jewels.
Also, there's just this large bird.
So that's where the name comes from. Huh. I suppose it's quite fitting then.
Was Paimon always this well-spoken?
This dish must be right up your alley, Lynette.
It's half gone already? When did that happen?
I heard that in Liyue. The biggest compliment you can pay to the chef is to leave a clean plate. It's delicious. Thank you ever so much.
Wait, don't fight over it! Hey, leave some for Paimon!
Oh. Oh.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
This could be an obstacle for Panther.
Did I just hear him say pantalone? I'm never over here anymore. Interesting.
So your friends like the dish, huh? Well done. Not bad at all for your first day on the job. There'll be more to come, so keep it up.
Look at.
Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite beautiful. Alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
I assume they're gonna get slightly more difficult over the 4 Oh, you want us to be here at 6 a.m.? Okay. Man, it was early.
Traveling to other worlds is all that...
Morning. The boss tells me that both new and returning customers have nothing but good things to say about you. I have to admit, I was a little worried about throwing you right into the deep end. But it looks like you've got what it takes to handle the day-to-day here. So it should be plain sailing. Well, just as long as we don't run into any extremely picky customers with unreasonably specific requests.
Oh, have you had someone like that before?
Of course. The worst are those old scholars who have barely cooked a day in their life, but think reading a stack of books on the topic makes them the expert. They criticize you for no reason, claiming your cooking method isn't faithful to the original, or that the flavor profile isn't authentic because you used an ingredient that wasn't in their beloved centuries-old version of the recipe.
This is Wang Shuin. It does have the look and feel of a time-honored establishment. Oh, innkeeper! We'll have each of your signature dishes, please, as fast as you can serve them. The most expensive ones.
Farazan! Oops, Madam Farazan.
Oh my! Traveler, Paimon, whatever are you doing here?
I actually haven't done anything related to Farazan on this account except like events, so
We could ask you the same thing! Where'd you suddenly get the funds to go sightseeing? And to...
I'm not here to sightsee. Exemplary scholars like myself are highly sought after by cruise operators in need of an onboard consultant as they travel the world.
Madam Farazan, please, slow down. None of us slept last night. How come Madam Farazan still has so much energy? If she's really over 100 years old, I don't understand how she keeps going.
Layla is kind of mean.
It's all my fault. She's been like this ever since I told her I'd be paying the expenses.
Layla! And Dory? Huh. Never would have bet on this combination.
Temporary chef, huh? Wow. No rest for the wicked. Well, if the chef here is trusting you to run his whole kitchen, then I've got no doubt we're in for some authentic Liyue specialties.
So, why are you all in Liyue again? Something about being an onboard consultant?
I got my hands on a new boat from Fontaine a while ago, equipped with cutting-edge navigation technology. If we manage to spread the word, it could have huge business potential. Right now, we're doing some test runs. We sailed from Port Ormos to Rito, then from Rito to Liyue Harbor. Next, we're planning to go to Dornman Port.
When will my beloved come? I want to see Dornmanport at some point.
Oh, Madame Farazan and me were hired to fine-tune the compass and other equipment. We sailed around the Sea of Clouds all of last night to put the system through some stress testing.
Overtime for which they'll both be fairly compensated. They're both here willingly. The contract is crystal clear on that.
You really cover all your bases, don't you? Let Paimon guess. Paying the expenses is part of the compensation, isn't it? No wonder Madame Farazan is going for all the most expensive dishes.
It's not every day someone tells you to order whatever you like. Now, first up, we'll have the... Farazan, Madame Farazan, that is. While I am more than happy to treat you both to the most expensive dishes on the menu, we must remember that most expensive does not always mean best. I've heard that the most expensive dishes in Liyue are usually either seafood-based or take an exceptionally long time to prepare. Now, I don't know about you two, but after so many days at sea, I don't think I can so much as look at another piece of seafood again for at least the foreseeable future. Huh. That's actually a good point. Not to mention that poor Layla here looks like she's about to faint from hunger.
I think she's...
Huh? Oh, that's not because of hunger.
Surely the wise and virtuous Madame Farazan could not bear to watch her poor students sit here and waste away. Oh, well, of course I care about my students' well-being, but why do I feel like I'm being tricked? So, let's not order anything that'll take too long to prepare. Aside from that and seafood, we'll take whatever other expensive dishes you have. Over to you, traveler.
So, expensive, but no seafood, and nothing that takes too long to cook. That rules out pretty much our entire menu.
I mean, how long is too long?
Do these people get a kick out of being impossible to please?
Ugh, that Dory! Is she doing this on purpose?
This isn't Lioli Pavilion or Xinhua Kiosk. This is Wangshu Inn. We don't stock up on rare and exotic ingredients. We only get them in if someone puts in a special reservation. Well, if we're stuck with regular ingredients and we're on a time limit, there's only one way to bump up the price. And that's by cooking a dish that uses the chef's expertise and creativity to the fullest. As it happens, I know a recipe for something called trembling strings and rushing reeds. It can be whipped up quickly with what we already have in the kitchen. One plate usually goes for 30,000 mora.
Jesus.
30,000? But if it's quick to make and isn't fancy, what exactly makes it so special?
Quick doesn't have to mean quick and easy. To perfect this dish, you need expert knife work and very precise control over the heat. You have to finely slice several different types of meat into fine threads, knead them together into strips, then gently stir-fry them in the pan. What you end up with is a whole variety of flavors that come through layer by layer. This dish is unique in offering a harmonious blend of multiple kinds of meat, all cooked to perfection, while still bursting with their own distinct flavors. Do it right, and you've got a culinary masterpiece in your hands. But if you botch it, it's
Just a bunch of meat thrown on a plate.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! So this dish gets its value not from the ingredients, but the chef's expertise!
Nah, don't worry. I can take care of the kneading and other prep work for you. You just focus on bringing it all together.
Believe in yourself. You can do this! And if you mess it up, Paimon will still be happy to eat it.
Hello, Andre Marsman. Welcome to watching me fail. Oh, I'm just not very good at timing when... It's going okay, I'm just not very good at timing on the second step. It is from the event. I am a known procrastinator of events. I just came off of doing Lantern Rite with 15 minutes to spare, and so of course I waited to do this event until the last day. Yeah, I still haven't done any events on my second account, but that's because I still only have the very first part of the Mondstadt quest done. I made the account before Christmas, and then pretty much haven't touched it since.
Food's ready! Please enjoy!
Ooh, smells delightful! Oh, we meant to ask, have you two eaten breakfast yet? If not, why don't you join us at the table?
Did Dory just offer us a free meal?
Breakfast
When did she
meal?
become so generous?
I was only like half paying attention. He was describing a lot of meat. That's not...
Let's not
Didn't
forget that the
sound
biggest
like a
business deals are
breakfast
always settled over a meal. Come on, come on, come on! Sit down and join us! Everyone, dig in!
Oh, business deal.
This dish looks simple enough, and I did my research, so surely it can't cost all that much. Worst case scenario, maybe 10,000 mora?
Oh boy.
This dish had better be worth working overtime all night for. Well, traveler, this is the moment of truth.
Oh, so tired. So sleepy. I just want to eat up and get to bed.
That's me every time I come home from work.
Is this foul? Oh, wait. No, the texture is more like shroom boar.
There's a different flavor in every bite. And the discerning palate might detect a hint of something smoked, too.
Oh, her eyes are shaking
Quite
really
marvelous.
bad.
How is this made? Ham? But I don't see any ham anywhere.
Oh.
Haha! So you've noticed. Yep, every single strip is kneaded from several different kinds of meat. Paimon and Yanxiao put in a lot of effort to make it just right.
Yeah, I don't know. Farazan is here, and I've never really done anything with Farazan. I just want to see Alhaitham again. I feel like he hasn't been in an event for a really long time. Because I knew it was going to be people from different nations, and I really was kind of like, maybe they'll bring me Alhaitham from Sumeru, but I guess he probably wouldn't want to leave Sumeru because he just wants to sit and live a normal life and read his books.
So I'm not an expert or anything, but don't different meats have different cooking times?
They do.
How is everything in this dish cooked to perfection?
Well, you see, that's a trade secret.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding, but it kind of seems like this dish is just a bunch of little logs of meatloaf with different meats. Started fairly recently. I started... Oh boy. It would have been not this last summer, but the summer before. I started right before Sumeru came out. Because I was coming back from studying abroad and was about to move to go to grad school. And I needed something to do while I was waiting. And my dad let me have his PS4 when I moved. And so I started playing then, but I only just started streaming it recently. But once I'm out of this cutscene, I'll show you what I have done with my account.
Wow! So this dish really is one of a kind. That makes the whole trip worth it. By the way, does this special dish have a name?
Ah! Paimon forgot to mention that part. The dish is called Trembling Strings and Rushing Reeds, alluding to the way that the different threads of meat are woven together. And also...
The complex layers of flavor, yes? Akin to the harmonies of a musical ensemble?
I guess that makes sense.
The name, if I'm not mistaken, is a Liyue idiom that evokes a vigorous orchestral performance featuring both stringed and wind instruments playing together. Quite an apt name for this dish.
So I have not caught them all. I definitely don't have all the characters. At this point, with the exception of Kazuha, who it just keeps coming at really bad times, I have all the characters that I would want. Except Jean, but you can't really, like, go out of your way to wish for Jean. But, like, Kazuha, the only reason I don't have him is because he was running last at the same time as Kokomi, and I needed Kokomi more than I needed Kazuha. But it did just announce that next set of banners, which I'm kind of upset because I was hoping to save for Clorinde, because I assumed Kazuha would do what he usually does and rerun during the summer event. And he's not.
How did you know all that?
Every student has to master at least 20 languages before they graduate. Wait, is that not a requirement anymore?
It definitely is. Alhaitham mentioned it. But no, I'll show what characters I have.
Huh? Oh, that used to be a thing?
Oh, I guess it's not anymore. I feel like Alhaitham mentioned that.
Oh! Paimon almost forgot that you're also from Harabatat.
Okay.
So, anyway, how much does this dish cost?
Oh, don't worry, not too much. That'll be, 30,000 more, please and thank you.
30,000? About that, Paimon, traveler, I merely invited you to join us at the table, did I not? I don't believe I committed to paying for you. So, perhaps we could split the bill accordingly?
Oh, Paimon knew it was too good to be true. Yeah! As a famous merchant, you've got a reputation to uphold.
But every single moron matters, you know? All right. I'll just consider that the cost of learning about this dish. Once I'm back in Sumeru, I'll be sure to find someone to help me recreate the dish. And then I'll make it all back.
Okay.
This could be an obstacle for Pantaloon.
Okay. So, character showcase. So, you ready for this? I've got Neuvillette, Nahida, Zhongli, Yaimiko, Raiden, Yelan, Kokomi, Mona, Lyney. Klee was my first 5-star, and
so heavy.
I mained her for the whole first year that I played the game. I won't name prices. I do have a C6 Xingqiu. I am proud of that. Oh, and my Raiden is C1 because I randomly got a Raiden constellation at like 10 pity. Okay, so then I've Venti, Ayaka, Fiorina, Yoimiya. The Wanderer, whose name is Kuni. Diluc, Navia, who I also got on accident, kind of. Tignari, who I have one of. Chi-Chi. I think that's all for 5-star. Oh, damn. I forgot about that. But no, I have, like I said, the only person I'm like currently really looking for that's already run before is Kazuha. He just keeps coming at bad times. He was running when I first got Klee.
Dodoko?
And that was when I first started, like my first 3 days, and I just liked Klee better, and it honestly is for the best because Klee I was able to build without having to go to Inazuma, and also just kind of DPS wise helps me get through it. I'm gonna show you what parties I use. Let's see. Oh, this was my original part. I mean, not my original, because it took me a while to get all the other characters besides Klee, but this was the party I was running for a really long time. This is currently what I'm running. That one's not built. This is what I was running for the last, like, 4 months. My Lyney team, which is not, like most people go Monopyro, but I don't know. I got good damage out of this. I have a freeze team built for Ayaka, but I never use it. This is a team that I'm trying to build. This team that I want to build now that I have Navia. This was my Hyper Bloom team who I used for a good 2 or 3 months. It's pretty powerful. And I built a team for Tignari. I have some team ideas that I want to do, but I don't know if I'll ever actually do them. Yeah, Yelan is really, really good. I had just C6 Xingqiu, then Yelan ran, and then he was basically just kicked off all my teams. And I also have... what do I have 5-star weapon-wise? So, weapon-wise, I also have the Wanderer's weapon, but I use it on Klee. Skyward, which I have on the Wanderer, but I don't really use it on anybody. He's not fully built. I have Aqua Simulacra. Then I have Neuvillette weapon. I really went all out for Neuvillette. And then Skyward Blade and Skyward Harp. Which Skyward Harp, I think eventually, once it's more built, I'll put on Yu'lon, but I'm not really using Yu'lon currently, but I have the whole Charlotte and Freminet team that I want to put her on. Hello. Welcome. This is so weird to have multiple people.
We're off to a good start this morning. Keep up the good work. I'm counting on you.
In real life, because usually the only people who ever come and comment and stream to me are people who know me in real life. I'm gonna go collect my commissions real quick while I'm thinking about it. We're like, to update anyone who just joined, we're like halfway through the cooking event.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra.
That is so interesting that I'm among the top recommended, because once again, like, I think 2 of my three total followers are people who know me in real life. Well, if you want to know a little bit more about me, I currently don't have a schedule. I did have a schedule at one point, but then I have a month-long grad school class that I'm taking that is just getting in the way. But that ends on Wednesday, and then I can go back to having a schedule. I do stream a lot of Genshin, and then I also just have a backlog of games to play. I think right now I've currently been doing Diablo 4. But I just got Skyrim, and I've never played it before, and I want to stream that. And then I also have Nier Automata, and then unfortunately it's already over, but I did play Stray, and all of the VODs are uploaded on my YouTube account, which I have linked, but there's no talking in Stray because I was just really not feeling it. I think I was playing that like right as my month-long class started, and yeah, I have Nier Automata and I have Nier Replicant. I got my dad to play them because the soundtrack was so good, and then he gave them to me. What else do I have? So I have PlayStation Plus, so if I find one of the games that I think looks good, I get it, but I definitely don't get all of them. I have Diablo 3, which I have a lot of hours in that I want to play at one point. I have the Jedi the Fallen Order, Spirit of the North, Horizon Zero Dawn, Injustice. I have Lego Harry Potter and Hobbit, Shadow of Colossus, Knack, Hogwarts Legacy, Medieval, and The Last of Us. That's what I currently have. And then I have a couple of things from PlayStation Plus. Off the top of my head, I can't think of them. I know one of them, I know I have Code Vein. And like, so, But he said Diablo 3 I've played a lot of before. Even though I haven't played Skyrim, I've seen a lot of Skyrim. I've seen all of Nier Automata and Nier Replicant. I will warn you though. If you stick around, you'll catch this about me. I'm not a very good gamer. So, like, I already know when I play Nier Automata, we will be playing it on easy difficulty. Even Genshin. I am very big into lore, and I'm very big into exploration. I have all of Liyue, all of Mondstadt, all of Inazuma. I have the upper part of the chasm, but I hate the chasm. And then I have all of Sumeru, all of the initial region, and the second region of Fontaine-Dead. Like, I'm huge into exploration.
Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite beautiful.
Not so much into the abyss.
But alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
I'm just not a strategy player or a big damage dealer player. I just like stories. That was what I did with my dad, is I helped him keep track of like storylines and stuff. That's why I've played Diablo 3 so many times, is because I fell in love with the story even though everyone hates it. I don't know, I kind of want to play it on stream, but then there's part of me that's like, you've played it 10 million times, because I played it on the PlayStation 3, I've played it on the 4 now, and I've played it on my Switch. I'm trying to think if there's anything else important that people should know about me. I'm currently saving for a PlayStation 5. If you didn't catch on, I'm playing on a PlayStation 4, which has really, really slow wait times. I have not heard of Drakengard. I'll have to look that up. I will say a lot of the games that I own, especially physical copies, are just hand-me-downs from my dad. So he is the 5, which can take 4 discs.
Most humans could have the entirety of their fleeting lives chronicled in but a few short lines.
And so
their
when
stories really make for terribly dull reading.
Done with them, he gives them to me, so I don't actually purchase a lot of my own games. I am considering upgrading from regular PlayStation Plus to PlayStation Plus Extra, which comes with the catalog. Largely because it has the Assassin's Creed games, and I studied history. That's what my degree is in. And there's something about watching the Assassin's Creed game that's like, I'm watching someone play Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now, and I'm in love because I've been to Athens, and it's so good. And it looks so much like Athens. Okay, I'll look. I pulled up on my laptop Drakengard, and I'll have to look at it. Okay. We're looking for we're gonna remember this time. It's 6 o'clock. He's really making us get up early. I don't even get up that early. I get up at 7:15 every day.
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days.
Okay, I'm really tired. Yeah,
Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their...
to a different team. We're gonna switch to Lyney. I got Lyney like day 1 of Fontaine dropping at like 20 pity, and I wasn't really planning to use him, but I was exploring the Sumeru Desert at the time, which has a bunch of pyro, monuments and pyro puzzles, and I've been using Yoimiya. But then I just decided to try out Lenny, and he was so good. Yeah, I've tried to fix that. That's why I kind of try to stop talking when they're talking. I'll be honest, I don't really know a lot about... Let me see real quick if I can fix that. Okay. Let me know. Is that better now? Am I louder than the audio? But did the game audio go down too far? Okay. I don't know. We'll have to see, and I might have to turn up a little bit again in the cutscene then, because I do have headphones on, but sometimes I burst both my eardrums when I was a kid, so my hearing's not always great. Although it's a really big deal because I usually
Morning!
play with
Time to fire up the stove for another day of customers. Thanks again.
I usually play without my headphones on unless I'm streaming, in which case... But when I don't have my headphones on, I don't have it playing very loud because I live in an apartment, so I have neighbors.
Great work!
Okay,
well,
now
you're
let me
looking
know
more like a head chef every day.
Is
whatever crazy characters come walking through that door,
voice
I know you'll be
too,
able to handle
Is the voice
them.
acting too low now?
Wait! No! Every time you say something like that, you jinx it!
Yeah, I burst mine when I was like, I think I was 5 or 6. And then obviously you just, over the years, listening to things louder and louder. Did I fix, okay, if it's still loud and clear, did I fix it at all with my voice being louder than them talking? Because that makes me think I didn't fix anything at all. Oh. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I just found something that said microphone level, so maybe that will have helped.
Hey, that's not true. Anyway, I didn't mean it like that.
Okay, we're at Inazuma now. I'm assuming the last people will be Mondstadt.
Dude, what up, bro? I didn't know you were in Liyue too. It's always nice to run into a broad Inazuman fellow. Wait, did I say that right?
Almost. I think you meant fellow Inazuman abroad, boss.
Who else is here?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, we gotta look out for each other when we're this far from home. Don't we, Ayato?
Okay. Yeah, I just had the microphone on regular setting, which is actually right in between the too low and the good feature. Why? Okay, I get it. Ayato, like, it makes sense for his character to travel everywhere. Why is it always him? Why can't Toma ever be in an event? Why can't we ever see Toma? It's not fair. He was just in an event. We just saw Ito too. I feel like Ito's always over here, but you just meant, I'm assuming Toma? Because I think earlier you talked about just making it to Inazuma. Okay, I was gonna say, because Ido really has no effect, like, is in no way important to the story. It's to the plot. I mean, neither is Ito, either. Like, Toma, for Inazuma, besides the obvious of, like, the Raiden Shogun and Yae, it's Toma and Ayaka.
Oh, Bull Checker! What are you doing here?
I mean, heck, even Kokomi technically really doesn't do a lot in the actual main storyline.
Huh? Oh, hey, Flying Lavender Melon! Of the sky-cleaving white iron variety. And my compadre, too! All my buddies in one place! God, today's my lucky day!
So, funny story about me and Inazuma. So, I mentioned earlier that I started playing this while I was waiting to move. So, I'd gotten to Inazuma. And then I had to move. So, I came to live where I am. And I was so scared of the last fight with the Raiden Shogun that... So when I'd move, Sumeru hadn't dropped. But I was so scared of fighting the Raiden Shogun that I just wouldn't do it. And of course, if you don't fight her, you can't move on to the Sumeru quest. So I did not fight her and move on to the Sumeru quest for 6 months. I just was just running around doing everything else. It's how I got into exploring because I was too scared to fight her. And it wasn't even the hard fight against her, which would be her story quest.
Didn't you say you were gonna knuckle down and earn some more when you got home? How come you're back in Liyue so soon?
That's true.
Ah, that could wait. As soon as I announce that Arataki Ito is available for hire, they'll be throwing Mora at me. Right now, I got a more urgent situation to attend to. I'm in the mood for some good, spicy food. Oh, and while we're here, we were gonna also see if Grandmaster Hanakado's okay and whatnot.
Yeah, the child that you abandoned in Liyue. The child. Don't think I've forgotten about the child.
Not too long ago, I heard a rumor that someone was hosting an Onikabuto fighting contest in Liyue. Naturally, I came here as soon as I could, but alas, it was too late.
So, besides Diablo 3, which is combat-based, but, like, definitely not in the same way, in the same manner as Genshin, I'd never played any sort of fighting game. All I'd played before this was Diablo 3 with other people who could get me through if I wasn't doing well, and then, like, The Sims and Stardew Valley. And so I just really wasn't confident in my ability to fight her. Which I don't know why, because of, like, the second or third 5-star I got was Zhongli, and that was, like, right as Sumeru came out. So I immediately had the best shielder that you could have. And at that point, you can just take her down. And all I did was probably make the fight worse because I would have been leveling up my world and all of the enemies. But for some reason, I just was so scared of fighting her. It's not even like I tried and it didn't go well and so I didn't fight her again. Like, I just didn't try. I think some of it was I was really nervous about, but for some reason I wouldn't watch a YouTube video. I was really nervous about going from the La Senora fight to her. Because I think I was actually more nervous about La Senora. And that's why I got really into building my Xingqiu. Because I was like, I need a water character to fight her when she's in pyro form.
What? You missed it? Oh man, what a bummer!
Quite the bummer, indeed. Though
Bummer.
all is not lost. Since you're here, you'll be able to tell me all about it.
Sure thing, my man. But let's catch up over some food, huh? Where's the chef anyway? Hey, get the chef out here! I got compadres to feed!
I'm the
Yeah,
chef.
sure, me too. Wait, what?
Wow, Bullchucker set up that one for us really nicely. Gotta give him some credit for that.
Good one, compadre. You almost got me there. All right, well, get the chef out here.
So, may I take your order? If you're entertaining guests, I can recommend the palace jewels, a trembling strings and rushing reeds, or...
Boss, don't forget the budget.
Yeah, okay. Got anything a little more, down to earth?
Down to earth? Oh, well, we do a mean humbly enough. Real hearty dish with a ton of flavor, and we don't skimp on the portion size either. That'd be the best value for your Mora.
Humbly enough, huh? Oh, sounds like my kind of grub. We'll
Love
take
how
that.
Dragon's
No need
Spine
for
is
anything
just
fancy. We're all friends here.
So ominous in the background. Sometimes I forget how close it is to that one portion of Leeway that I just never go to anymore.
Excellent choice, Ito. I'm no fan of culinary ostentation either.
Culinary? Okay, why did you say that?
Sometimes a bro just knows.
Culinary? Oh my.
A bro
Oh
just knows.
my.
Yes, a bro just knows. Bros don't suppose, 'cause bros just knows.
Oh my.
Is this for real? Ah, whatever. Paimon's leaving you guys to it.
Yeah, I will warn you. I feel like I really hyped myself up. I try not to play too many games at a time because I don't have a great memory of what my buttons do. And also, just like, Genshin takes a lot of time. Especially when you're trying to 100% it. But with the other game I'm playing now, Diablo 4, I'm not trying to like do a seasonal character or anything. I'm just doing the main story. So hopefully once I do the main story, I'll just shelve that when it comes to streaming at least. And then I haven't really decided what to play next. Part of me wants to do Skyrim, but the other part of me is like, that's kind of a long game. I mean, not that Nier Automata isn't also long, but like, it has an end, whereas Skyrim, you can kind of just keep playing forever. I don't know, that's why I kind of played Stray first, because I knew it had an end and it was short. Tell me about Humbly Enough.
Gotta say, your friend's quite a character. Still, Humbly Enough isn't that hard to make, so I don't think we'll have any problems with this order.
Actually, why is it called Humbly Enough anyway? A hearty meat dish is a good start, but in Paimon's experience, one humble dish is never enough.
Yeah, see, and that's what I think. I'm such a big explorer, and I like to do, like, all of these little quests. Like, Diablo 4, if you look back at my VODs, I keep trying to go through the main story, and then getting distracted by doing 10 million side quests along the way. Like, I cannot. I just cannot stay
I said
focused.
It was hard. I never said it contained meat. Don't be fooled by the appearance. It's actually just tofu, made to look and taste like meat.
Wait, tofu's made of beans, isn't it? Old Bullchucker can't eat that. Guess we should get them to pick something else instead.
What's the issue? I think I caught the word tofu.
Wait, what are you doing? The kitchen is staff members only. Never mind. I'll let it slide. Ma'am, could you possibly ask your boss to order something else instead?
No one gets my bro Ayato like I do. I hereby declare that Humbly Enough will be an everlasting symbol of our friendship, or my name ain't Arataki Ito!
Oh, God.
Hey, where's our food at? Hurry up! I'm almost done recounting the epic adventures of Crimson Staff.
As you can see, changing the order may be a little difficult.
Oh, brother, his whole ego is riding on this, huh? Even if if we break the news to him, he'd probably rather eat the tofu than eat his words.
Sounds good. I'll make sure he fills up on those. We'll just have to play the rest by ear.
We can't have him eat it. He's allergic. Okay. I'm sure they'll come up with some sort of explanation as to... Yeah. I will say, when I do start streaming again, maybe tomorrow night with Diablo 4, I'm only still in the very first section because I keep getting distracted. I'm playing a sorceress right now. And I'm kind of following a build, but kind of not. I really should just follow a build. But none of the builds contain all of the elements that I like. Like, this build I was having gets rid of your regular normal attacks, so then you're waiting a long time, and I just feel more comfortable if I can spam kind of short normal attacks versus doing really big attacks that then you can't do anything else. I don't know. If you come back and watch me, it'll make more sense, but I certainly would not call myself an expert with Diablo 4. Diablo 3, I know what I'm doing, and I don't even bother, like, following a build at this point. I kind of just am like, I like these attacks, and I know I can get through the game with it. Thank you for following. I don't know if I actually will stream Diablo 3 just because I've played it so many times. I don't know if people enjoy Diablo 4, I might be convinced because I can get through Diablo 3 really fast and it doesn't take a lot of thought. But technically I started Hogwarts Legacy, but that was before I bought myself the microphone. So I'm probably gonna restart again. Kinda like that. Okay. Well, we're gonna see how they go about explaining how Aratagi Ito is gonna eat these beans.
Food's here!
Yeah, I definitely do just kind of play what I feel like, especially since I'm not trying to
so this is
make
humbly enough.
money
You guys
off
don't
of
mess around.
streaming or
Ooh, love me
anything.
that portion size.
I actually started streaming just because I wanted to record myself playing, and that's why I didn't play with a microphone at first. And then I was kind of like, oh, I'll add on a microphone and just stream of conscious thought. Speak. And that's why, like, I don't really promote my stream anywhere. I just stream here and then immediately download the VODs onto my YouTube, so if I ever want to watch them, I can watch them.
Come on, compadre, grab a seat. We're all friends here, so don't hold back. I'm just gonna dig right in.
It was actually so that I could stream my second Genshin account. But now I'm kind of like in this weird position of you can only have one Twitch account linked or one PlayStation account linked to one Twitch account. So now I'm like, do I just have to unlink things every time I want to switch which account I'm playing on?
Boss, we should respect the local customs. Here in Liyue, it's polite to let the guests eat first.
Polite? Shinobu, I thought old-timey traditions weren't your style. Huh? Are you kidding me, compadre? Oh, wait, I get it. The food smells so dang good, now everyone's dying to go first. Well, guess I only got my own good taste to blame. Go on, dive in. I'll wait till last.
I see.
Finally, it's my turn. Woo-hoo! I spy a big chunk of deliciousness with my name on it.
Wait! Don't.
Huh? Wait, what is it now?
Okay, here goes. Anyway, so, Paimon forgot to tell you the really cool origin story of this dish.
Origin story? Dude, who cares where it came from? We all know where it's going. Am I right?
Right on
Down the gullet!
Skipping the origin story is like going traveling without a tour guide. Trust Paimon, you get way more out of the experience after you hear it.
Paimon makes an astute observation. Much as every tea must be appreciated on its own terms, is it not a waste of the chef's goodwill to sample a dish without hearing its tale?
Are we just gonna starve poor Arataki Ito?
My compadre's goodwill, huh? Oh, can't have that going to waste. All right then, give me the full story. I'm all ears.
That's more like it. Let's start with the ingredients. Actually, no. Let's start with the story of Wang Xuan, which starts with the history of Dihua Marsh.
Now's our chance, traveler.
Man, the tale of Dihua Marsh hits hard. People in the past had it pretty rough. Makes you appreciate what you got. Humbly enough, yeah, that's a good way to think about life.
Very
Darn,
introspective.
there's no sad way to Tofu from here. How did we get so off topic? Well, good news is there's only a little bit left.
Oh, compadre, Shinobu, have you been eating this whole time? Save me some dregs, why don't ya? That's it, I'm done waiting. It's my turn to eat.
Wait, boss, that's made of...
One moment, Ito. I have a small request, if you would be so kind as to consider it. I left home in a hurry and was unable to bring any of my family with me. They've all heard so much about you and are huge admirers of the Arataki gang, so they will be devastated to learn that they missed out on this opportunity.
Oh, that's good to know that I have a calming voice. I would not say that I have a calming voice. I don't know, I always feel like I sound really weird. It did help when I got this, so I had a headset before this, the first 2 or 3 streams I used, and I sounded really, really bad in it, but then I paid some money to get a better one, and it definitely does sound better.
However, if you were willing to let me bring the remaining portion of Humbly Enough back to them, I'm sure it will help to lift their spirits.
Yeah, bring it back to Toma, who you didn't bring with you. Let my man go back to Mondstadt.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boss, you gotta do right by your friends. They're pretty big on that in Liyue. Besides, you did eat quite a lot of the grilled fish while we were waiting for the main course.
One good thing is I'm not an angry
Including
streamer.
mine and Ayato's.
So you can at least know that you'll never hear me yelling at the screen or anything.
Huh? Oh, those were for you guys? Ah, dang it! I got too carried away telling that story, didn't I?
You might hear me cry, though. I'm kind of a crybaby at really sad events. Even though I know they're coming too, because I'm not really scared of like looking up leaks for myself, and because I procrastinate events, like people talk about them obviously, but usually the events aren't sad, but I think there's rarely been... I know I cried for Surumi Island. That one got me really bad. What else have I cried for? Oh, I cried in the Jet Quest in Sumer. There's two big ones to watch out for. I'm assuming you haven't done them before. Surumi Island and Inazuma. So good. Do not skip it. Do not skip Surrey and Surumi Island, even though they're not required. Like, I highly recommend that you play them, but have your little tissues nearby. Oh, it's so sad.
In that case,
but so good. I think.
Fan, bro. El Chefe, can we get the rest of this to go?
Considering that a lot of that came out when Genshin is still pretty new, I think Surumi is one of the best written quests that they've ever put out. I forgot I was going to switch to my Linny. I got so distracted.
Looks like that's all sorted. All right. Take some time to collect yourself. The next big group is coming in.
Oh, I didn't think about it. It's just because usually the people who watch me are people who know me in real life. My name is not Lily. As the name suggests, that is not actually my name. That is my cat's name. But you can call me that if you would like. Okay. 6 a.m. Oh no. Unfortunately, I can't put my cat on stream because my cat doesn't live with me. Lives with my parents. I just changed the Twitch name. From what I originally had it, which also wasn't my name because I didn't want it like all connected with other largely fan fiction related platforms that I have. Alright, let's see. I'm guessing today's Mondstadt. Although I guess it could be Leeway.
How time flies. My burns are almost healed now, so I should be ready to take back the kitchen tomorrow. You've really gone above and beyond these past few days.
Kind of hoping it's Mondstadt.
Last day today. Here's hoping we get through it without incident.
Why does Paimon feel like you just jinxed us again?
Day passed without... This is a shock.
We made it all the way to the evening. It ended up being a pretty smooth day after all. Maybe it's because we've gotten so experienced at running this whole thing. We've come a long way since our first day on the job, haven't we? Back then, we were struggling to remember who ordered what.
I'm glad we didn't actually have to remember who ordered what thing. I was so nervous when they said that. So, my name is Maddie. Let's just go with that. It's not my actual name, but it's related to my actual name. But, yeah. I feel like I was saying something, and then I just, like, lost my mind.
Yeah,
the day's not over
yet. This late in the evening. Actually, now that Paimon thinks that Lenny and his siblings came around about this time the first day, didn't they?
It could be worse, people. people from Mondstadt that I don't really have an attachment to.
Traveler? Paimon? Fancy seeing you two here.
I don't know, one of my friends wants to turn their secondary account into an Amber main account, but I just like, you know, thank you for coming to my stream, Andre. I hope that's correctly saying it. But no, I mean, I know Amber's the first character you meet, and like, people really, really like her. I just like not really into it. I don't know anything about Mika at all. And then I feel like if I knew Eula in real life, she would make me cry a lot, and I would never want to be around her. And also, just character-wise, she uses a claymore, and that's already a big no for me. Like, the only reason I have Navia is because it was my birthday, and I wanted to wish. Otherwise, we wouldn't have her.
Amber? And Eula and Mika, too! Are you here for dinner? Why so late in the day?
Maybe I have controversial character opinions.
We just finished an escort mission for a merchant caravan. The original plan was to make do with some rations for this evening and continue our trek north towards Stonegate. But Captain Eula brought up the fact that none of us have eaten Liyue cuisine for quite some time. We thought we might as well swing by the inn and see if we can still order something.
Ooh, so this is Eula's treat, huh?
We've been eating the same rations for the entire trip, so I simply thought it was high time we had ourselves a proper meal. Do you have a problem with that? Good question. What should we get? Wait a sec. Why are you taking our order?
The Traveler's been filling in for the chef here. You come at just the right time. You'll be the last customers to enjoy his cooking before the original chef takes back the reins.
Oh no! I said his instead of her. Oh. But that's just like earlier she said stew, or she said soup, and what was on screen was stew.
Wow, really? Good thing Eula suggested we come here. I wouldn't want to miss this. So, what shall we get? I'm not as familiar with Liyue cuisine as I used to be. Mika, Eula, what are you in the mood for?
Anything goes. I'm just looking forward to trying the honorary knight's cooking for myself. I'm sure it'll be a great learning opportunity for me.
Something small, I suppose. We have to hit the road again after we eat. Beyond that, anything goes.
Wasn't it your idea to come here, though? Yeesh, this is like getting blood from a stone. Alright, guess it's up to you, Amber. You name it, we'll cook it.
Huh? Then I guess... I don't really mind either. Anything goes.
Ah!
I just find claymores to be very clunky. I too prefer mages. Obviously I played like Sorcerer in Diablo 4. Diablo 3 I always played Demon Hunter, which is bow and arrow. Here I played Klee for a long time, and now I play Neuvillette and Yae and Nahida, and then I was playing Lyney. Raiden's on a lot of my teams, but truthfully, she's just there to do her skill. For a long time, though, well, not a long time, but for like 2 months while I was building Klee, I was a Traveler main with the sword, and I do like the sword. It's quick. I just find, so I don't like Claymore. I really, really like Catalyst. I like sword, I like bow, and then with polearms, I just don't find that they do a lot of damage. Generally, my polearm characters, you're using their skill or something. Like my Zhongli is literally just there for shield. I don't have him built for anything else. But on my secondary account, I just keep getting claymores left and right. So I have Diluc, which is not a shock. The only character I can ever seem to pull on standard banner is Diluc. And then I have Chongyun,
So long as the
and
audience thinks that seeing is believing,
and
there's
Noelle.
no
Like, I just have
limit
a
to the number of tricks I can
bunch
pull
of
off.
Claymore characters, and I don't know what to do with that.
Anything goes, huh? Oh dear. This is a chef's worst nightmare. With no idea of your customers' palates, you're left to make a wild guess. Still, now that you've worked in the kitchen for so many days, I have faith that you'll be able to figure it out. Go on. Show them what you've got.
What? Don't make me make a choice. Well, I don't want to make a choice. This is not good. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. We are just making them something called it. That makes me feel better. I didn't want to make a choice. I don't like making choices. I just thought about what I was talking about earlier. I was talking about how I was so scared it was going to make... The event was going to have me memorize dishes, like who wants what dish, and I was not prepared for that. Time zone. Oh god. Central time zone? Let me look that up. Yeah, okay, I'm in Central time zone, so like right now it is 5:30ish for me. Usually, okay, on Sundays I probably would be streaming this early just because I have all afternoon, but I will say any streams during the week will usually be after 8 o'clock Central Time. Just because of life. Sometimes I might be earlier though. Like, I know at one point I was doing Monday streams at 6 o'clock because I get off early in the day. But a lot of them will be more late afternoon, early nighttime. I don't know. Once I have this class over, I do plan on re-putting up a schedule of some sort. And to give an idea of what that would look like, it'll probably be Monday night, Wednesday night, it's Sunday for sure, with maybe a Friday or Saturday thrown in there. Probably a Friday or Saturday. Probably Friday, to be honest. 'Cause I work at night on Saturdays, but not like all night. That is so funny. I just keep meeting people in Genshin who are like also a day ahead of me. I have another person who is so interesting. So interesting. I just keep making international friends. Sounds a loss, I think. I'm so bad at this. And definitely feel free to go to sleep at any time. Like, I don't want to keep you awake. I'm just gonna give up on that one. Okay, I need to sit here and focus in. Yeah, it's really hard to pick on where to let, because you're basing it on letting go in time. Like everything else is like you want to let go while you're in. Oh, Lumine looks so happy. Sorry, Astrid. Her name is Astrid. Kind of like that. I felt like the fan just didn't really go with any of them because it leans like right over the plate. Kind of off-putting to me.
This is delicious. Perfectly seasoned, and even the rice is bursting with flavor.
That's interesting. I don't know how I picked it. Several of my MCs are named Astrid. I know, and then on my second account, my Lumine is just named Lumine. To be honest. But on some of the other games that I've played in the past, nothing that I've streamed would have anyone named Astrid, but this.
Nothing like a piping hot meal served straight from the stove. I've missed this.
Because I think my Diablo 4 character is just a random name, and it's not. It is not an Americanized name, so I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
You've put the finest Favonian field rations to shame, and that's no mean feat. So, tell us, traveler, what's this one called?
I don't know, there's not a lot of Astrids around. Like, my name is very common where I live. Literally.
It's Cubs! Paimon's guessing we can't just call it anything that goes, right? Oh, hell, Paimon doesn't know how to explain this dish at all. It's got no name, it's just basic ingredients simply cooked.
Basic ingredients? Simply cooked? Really? I could have sworn that you put something fancy in here. Or gave it some kind of chef's magic touch.
Not the finest dish in the world, but the one they need right now. Okay, you've lost Paimon. What do you mean?
But no, my name, despite being really common where I'm from, when I studied abroad in the Czech Republic, it always stumped people because it wasn't a name there, and there wasn't really a corresponding name to go with it. The closest they had was Matilda.
So you mean we only think this is delicious because we're so hungry?
Yeah, probably.
There's got to be more to it than that.
Perhaps the fact that the aroma of freshly cooked hot food is a welcome change from cold, pre-prepared rations.
Oh, kinda like the feeling of waking up to the smell of freshly baked bread in the morning? Huh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's almost like we're back at Good Hunter again.
But Good Hunter's in Mondstadt. Why make a point of trying Liyue cuisine if you can't even taste the difference?
Yeah, so I went over to the Czech Republic, and then while I was there, I went to a couple places. I went to Greece, like I kind of hinted at earlier. I went to Italy. I went to Poland very briefly. I went to Croatia, and then I went to London. I did not make it up to any of the Scandinavian countries, just because it was very cheap to fly places from the Czech Republic, but some of the Scandinavian ones, it was just a little more expensive. Also, a lot of the trips, except the London trip, I was just going with other people. London, I went by myself. But, like, Croatia was a whole trip planned that I joined at the last minute.
Oh, I'm not talking about the taste. I just meant the feeling of comfort, you know? It's like the feeling of coming home.
Comfort? Coming home? Well, Yanxiao did say we want to make our guests feel right at home.
So in other words, the secret ingredient is passion?
I thought it was love, but I mean, I guess I don't know if I'd say I love any of you.
Despite how terribly cliched that sounds,
maybe if
I'll admit
Alhaitham was
that it
here.
holds true for this meal. Well played. Mark my words, I'll remember this recipe.
Okay, but you can't really have a recipe without a name though, right? Have we come up with a name for this dish yet?
Alhaitham or Nouvellette. Who else? Albedo. I'm really considering on my second account, which I usually just wish when I have enough wishes to do so. I'm really considering saving up the wishes to try to go for Albedo on the new chronicling wish thing they're gonna put out. But I heard he's not a very good character. Like, he's not. You need to be doing like Mono Geo, and I would never do Mono Geo in my life.
How about right at home?
It's just the whole Claymore thing. Oh my god, that was so creepy. What is that? Oh, that was the thing. I was like, I know I have all of the statues of the 7. Where is that red light coming from? I know, everyone's
there you are. Thank you for all of your hard work over the past few days.
And I just can't do it. Like I said, my thing is, because I have characters that I just like them as a character, like the Wanderer, for sure.
Hard work is rewarded here.
Yay! It's like all the tiredness and stress have suddenly melted away.
We just don't vibe together. That's all I can say.
I'm just lucky you only worked on this job for a few days. At the rate you were progressing, a few more weeks and I think I might be made redundant. Anytime. Bring some friends with you next time and I'll show you all what Smiley Yanxiao can do when working with both hands intact.
Great! Although, just to be on the safe side, cook carefully in the meantime. You may have just jinxed it again.
Yeah. You gotta be careful of cooking. I think I said this before he came on, but he's talking about burning his hand, and I was talking about I poured boiling water on my hand once. That was bad. Let's see what we've got here. But no, me and Eula, it's just not the vibe. I think my favorite character truly is Alhaitham, despite the fact that I don't have him. Much like Kazuha, he runs at bad times for me. I do vibe with Kazuha and with Albedo. I don't know. Like, in some ways, personality-wise, Alhaitham and I are really different, but there are a lot of ways where we're really similar.
Let me guess where you're from.
Like, I feel like I'm a lot more emotional than Alhaitham for sure. But when it comes to, like, interests and stuff, we're very similar, and also, like, kind of how we see the world, if that makes sense. Okay. We're gonna do some wishing, which is probably not a good idea, but like, you know what? That's just life, isn't it? Life is full of bad ideas. I gotta pull up my wish counter though. Okay. We're at 39 pity currently, so I think we're okay. Okay. Yeah, we're all good then. Okay. I kind of want to build Ningguang. Definitely if I get her on my secondary account, I will build her there. Because she can be a really good starter DPS. Okay, and then I'm not sure what pity I'm at on standard because I lost all of my data at one point, so. Yeah, it definitely. So I don't currently watch a lot of Genshin streamers. Kind of, once you've played it for so long, it's really hard to like play it and be constantly watching stuff for it. And then especially because a lot of the people who I was watching were more into damage output and stuff, it just got boring. Like, I'm really not interested in watching someone play the Spiral Abyss like
this is
10
no
million
time for
times.
distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here.
And so
you
then
don't want to miss the best part, do you?
So then I really fell into watching people just play the whole game, like, organically. It's their first time. They're playing just the game all the way through, talking to all the characters, reading all the stuff. And that's definitely my style. I really like lore, not just in Genshin, but in general. I literally made my second account to go through all of the lore, which sounds silly because most people on their second account aren't doing stuff like that. They're actually wanting the dialogue skip button on their second account, which makes sense because they already have
so long as
another
the
account.
audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off.
Nobody's ever shocked when I say I'm into lore, though, because like I said, I do have a history degree, so I'm really into like the history of places. The Sumeru Desert was so good. Talking about like other people playing the game, one of the things I did enjoy is I genuinely did enjoy like the people who do like only Claymore or only Catalyst or stuff like that. Like, I did like those. The unfortunate thing with those is there just reaches a point where like
this is no
there's
time
nothing
for
for them
distractions.
to do.
Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you?
And so a lot of those, because those were really popular for a while, a lot of those are just gone. Just, they're done, just because they're out of stuff to do. Where's Ningguang? Oh, looks like I'm a C6 Ningguang. Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know, I don't think there's, to be clear, I don't think there's anything wrong with the people who want to do Spiral Abyss or want to do, like, really focused on damage. Like, there are people who that's what they're going to enjoy, and I think that's completely fair. Like, I even think about my own dad. Like, he is not interested. I mean, he's, like, interested in the storyline, but he's not, like, invested or anything. And I also really understand they want the skip button. Like, it makes sense, and I think it would be sensible for Genshin to put that in and to do more end-game content, because ultimately I think that's a big part of what they need to keep the game successful for long-term players. It's just not an interest of mine. I'm just not a good enough gamer, nor is it an interest of mine to do stuff like that. Like, when I made my second account, there was this deep part of me that was like, maybe I could do like a bows only or a catalyst only, and then I was like, what would be the point? Like, why, like, what would I do with that? And then what I really seriously considered was doing, I follow someone on TikTok who at one point did a no teleporting.
Seriously, you have a great magician
and I did think about doing that.
You don't want to miss the best part, do you?
And maybe if I'd started the account after I'd started streaming, I would have done that. But I think it would have just taken a lot of my time. So I do a lot of playthrough, I do a lot of exploration, I do a lot of the side quests. You wouldn't think that, looking through all of my catalog of things. I still need to go back. I still have one more, like, I have all the R&R, but I still have this one last section of R&R to do. And then I have another thing in Sumer that I've just been putting off. And I also have the whole last part of Fontaine that I've just been putting off because once I got caught up with Sumer, I like to do quests, like, as I explore kind of things that came out. I like to do things that came out at the same time. So, like, I did all of the initial Fontaine quests at the same time I did this region. I did the second part at the same time I did this region. So now I have time to do the last part of the Fontaine quest because I'm on to the last region. There's no, like, reason for it. I like to do things in order. Alright, let's see what this... Don't do fast travel? Okay, I will keep that in mind for Skyrim. It's been a very long time since... So I know my dad did play Skyrim, but it's been a very long time since I've seen anybody do that. What is this one about? Okay. I'll be honest, I did not watch the live stream for this event. So I did watch the most recent live stream for 4.5. But I did not watch the 4.4 live stream. So I have no clue what this event is. So there's that. I don't know, I'm pretty 50-50 on if I watch live streams. Like, I know I, like, avidly was watching the Fontaine live stream. Like, I was on top of that thing. Holy crap, a full year I've played Skyrim time. Oh. I don't even know how much Genshin I have because it's really hard to tell because my PlayStation app splits it up by what I was playing it on. So when I've gone home in the past and played it on my dad's PlayStation 5, it's like counted that separately from my PlayStation 4 time.
Gather.
Oh. Where did you go? But I have a lot.
Step right up.
There is no escape.
Where's this thing? I have a lot of time. I have a lot of time in Genshin, and then this will never be streamed, but I have a lot of time in The Sims 4. But I play The Sims 4 on my laptop, and it is not powerful enough to stream. Alright, go to bed, get some sleep. I might be back on tomorrow night. But it would be an actual nighttime for me, so it'd be really, really early for you. But Sundays, I'll try to always do it kind of earlier for people in other time zones. Where is this going? But have a good sleep. Thank you for coming. It was very fun. Okay. Oh god, this is confusing. I'm scared of this. Okay. To attach yourself to the hilichurl to move. Okay. Yeah, and feel free to watch any of my other stuff on YouTube if I'm not on and you want to see what I'm doing. Okay, I think I understand now. Oh my god. This is a lot of work. Goodness. now people are gonna get to see me do actual combat.
Solidify!
Shine down! I see everything!
And voila!
Order guide you!
Here comes the finale!
Everyone hold in!
There is no escape!
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! Hey!
Now disappear! A round of applause!
I will have order! Gather!
There is no escape!
Step right up!
Everyone hold in!
Illusion shattered!
Okay, I wasn't understanding at first, but then I understood what I was supposed to be doing. Probably would have understood if I just read what it told me on the screen. I'm not really good with the explanations though. Okay. got that one down. I think I've definitely figured out that part. It's now we're just on to the combat part. Oh. Which is never a good sign. As for the second half of this event, I don't know if I'll stream it. Well, probably, because it goes through next Sunday. So I might stream again on Wednesday. I might stream Genshin again and do like exploration or the rest of the Fontaine quest. Maybe I'll actually stream really early on Wednesday. Actually, I'll have to stream really early because I have class during the time I would usually stream for the last time. Okay. Okay, we want to deflect the cabbages. That's my take on it.
Solidify!
Oh.
Gather!
Hey! I see everything!
Stabilize!
Here comes the finale.
Solidify! Order guide you!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Gather!
Everyone hold hands!
Well, we're not finishing this one in 2 minutes, but...
Hey!
Stabilize!
I see everything!
And voila!
Gather!
Well, I didn't get that in 2 minutes, but I really couldn't be. Yeah, you missed all of the cooking. You missed all of the cooking. I did a whole cooking event. I cooked a bunch of my friends' food. And you missed the Hilichurl event that I've been doing. You missed all the events that I was doing. And the Hilichurl one was really cool because you like take over their minds and you go from Hilichurl to Hilichurl. Just for you, I'll do a wish. We'll do a wish just for you. and we'll get nothing out of it. Look at that.
Has its final day. Don't rush.
Yeah, no.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same.
We're gonna go heal now, though. A little beat up. Where do we want to heal? I could have sworn we put our little fly trap here. Did we do that? I feel like this happened last time though, where I swore we put it down here. But no. Oh my gosh. I think it goes away if you don't get it in time. I think that's what keeps happening to me. Let's see, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Kind of done everything I set out to do. What I might do is I might stop this stream and set it up so I can stream on my second account really quick. Would that be fun? I got 2 accounts because I wanted to play the game again. Like, I wanted to play the stories through again. And I wanted to record me doing the quests. So you would actually get to see the main storyline if I switched over to that account real quick. No. It would be on the same Twitch account. I just like... So I'd have to reset it up because you can't have 2 PlayStation accounts linked to the same Twitch account. So I'd have to take this one off real quick, turn that one on, and it would take like 5 minutes. Do you want to see me play on my other account? Okay. I will try to do this as speedily as possible. Well, actually, let me see if I can just switch over. This might fail real bad.